Here comes my dog. Okay, so forgive the noise. But I wanted to take a quick minute to talk about an important concept, especially when we're talking about matters of becoming champion of the spirit. Becoming a conscious vessel as opposed to an unconscious, easily led one. Now, you will never be led astray, mind you. You will always be led on your karmic path, but there are certain moments in time that, if navigated properly, can provide karmic shifts as opposed to karmic stagnancy and repetition. Now, when we're talking about spirit guide pairing, when we're talking about understanding and learning and discovering who your guiding spirit is, it's important to understand one thing. Now, let's say you are someone who is incredibly awakened, spiritually speaking. I'm not going to go as far as saying enlightened, and I'll get into why in a moment, but let's say you are very spiritually aware. You are wise. You can see. You are understanding. And yet, you are operating as if you are operating out of your lower self. And you might be a little bit confused by that. Okay, I'm so spiritually wise, and yet I'm still doing, all of these drugs or drinking all of this alcohol and things like that. And it's just, and your light is off. Your essence is being impeded. And you might say, I don't get it. And there are a few guiding spirits that would cause things like this to happen, to occur, would cause these symptoms. The blue men, so to speak. Shiva. Lord Shiva is one of them. Lord Shiva's myth speaks of consuming a poisonous drink, right? There is a huge opioid epidemic. There is a huge methadone use epidemic here in America specifically. And that is going to be a very prominent guiding spirit of those beings. There's a couple more. Dionysus. Dionysus is actually the god of insanity, the god of ritualistic insanity, as well as wine, so alcohol consumption. Osiris is another one, a brilliant teacher, but quite dead. So when you understand energies and you understand how these things work, there is, however, a solution to this. There is, however, things you can do when you choose to become a champion of the spirit instead of just allowing these energies to continue. Choosing 3 energy, making a choice to change it, making a choice to fight it. It will always seem at first more comfortable remaining in that realm. But there's actually nothing more comfortable than embracing the light. And how you choose to embrace that light is by gaining full self-awareness, is by learning every aspect of your psyche, is by coming into enlightenment. And the reason this is such an important step, the reason you cannot comfortably call yourself enlightened when you do not fully know yourself, you might think you do, but there are components of your psyche that, if not properly understood, cause you to do erratic, strange, immature things that are not indicative of an enlightened being. Enlightenment involves being able to know yourself on every level, every aspect of your own mind, every aspect of your own triggers, every aspect of your own darkness, every aspect of your own pain, every aspect of your own heart, so that you can recognize when energies are working with or against you. You cannot recognize that differentiation unless you also recognize every aspect, every component of your own soul, which is also your psyche. You need to know your shadow. You need to know your ego, your inner child, your persona, right? That light side of that shadow. You need to understand you so you can better understand them. If you cannot understand you, you can confuse the energies and think you are wholly them. No, it's in those spaces of decision. It's in those spaces of difference in energy that you learn who you and your soul truly are. You need to be able to identify karma of the soul versus karma of the spirit. You need to learn their karmic battles as well as your own, so you can fight them, combat them, and change them both. So you can make the necessary karmic decisions. So you can do the 23 work. Lean into the opposite action in those moments of discomfort. Karma always requires moments of discomfort, but it's what you do in those moments that leads to shift outcomes versus stagnancy, repetition outcomes. This work can be beautiful, my loves, but you have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to put the effort in every moment of every day to make difficult, uncomfortable decisions. That is how you truly become a champion of spirit and work with your guiding force.